Hello, everyone. I forgot to take this down. So let's do that. And try not to lose any more pins to the floor. Okay. Because I've lost a lot of pins to the floor doing that. Please open, thank you. I've been cleaning up my table a little bit while I was waiting on the countdown. I didn't quite finish doing that completely, but it was getting there. And Kepler was just in here and now he is gone. Where'd you go? Like I said earlier, he's on a wet food kick right now. So he does not want any scoop. He just wants wet food. All right. That leaves main colors. Okay, this is back to normal. How am I today? Amadorgon asks. I am good. I've had a good day. I'm just exhausted. I was up very early. I was up at 5. Chess's nap after stream. See, we had a nap before breakfast stream for like 20 minutes. And then I got like 45 minutes after breakfast stream because I went and had lunch with Haley, which was super nice. And now I'm here. And it was a lot to get out of bed that time. But I am having caffeine, which I really haven't had at all in a month at this point. I did have a chai tea latte on Sunday. So that was the last caffeine I had, but just that and this Coke have been the only caffeine I've had in like a month. Renee says, early bedtime. Maybe. We will see. Right now I'm just cleaning off this palette. So I have a palette to mix stuff on. We have an 11-month resub from Reed. Thank you, Reed. Anise gifted a sub too, The Thrill Of. Thank you for the gift sub. And then Ludagazer sent 300 bits and said, for the hype. And apparently hype is a gold color. Did not know hype was gold, but now we know. I'm missing paper towel. I told myself, when you go downstairs, get paper towel, and then I didn't. I have enough to get by in the painting today, I just don't have any to waste. I don't want to start using up all my paper towel right away. I have like 3 pieces, and that will be enough. Kippy, go get paper towel. Gotta be precise with the towels today. Yeah, exactly. Perfectly precise. So I pulled out this canvas, and it's a little loose. It's not super loose. So we're just gonna do a little spritz. And grab this brush and some water and just get the edges of this. Haley says, tiny. I have smaller canvases. I have like 4x6s over there. But that's harder to see. So this past weekend on Sunday, I went to Jerry's art store, which is similar to a Blick if you've been to a Blick, but it's Raleigh based. They have like, I think just the one location in Raleigh. So I went down there and I was pricing out a frame for someone for a canvas, and the frame was a little bit more than I thought it should be, but their art supplies are well priced, and I didn't have a chance to look at stuff, and they had buy one get one paintbrushes, and I didn't get a chance to look at that. Is this Jerry's Artorama? It is Jerry's Artorama. All right. Canvas better. I'm pretty sure they only have the one store and it's in Raleigh. And it's next to a Wegmans. I also didn't get a chance to go to the Wegmans, which is sad because I really like Wegmans. Not that I was going to buy anything because I didn't need to get groceries, but... Luna Gazer gifted a sub too. Shannonzard, thank you for the gift sub. Okay, so I've spent all this time cleaning things up and getting things ready, and I'm going to be doing a study today. I took reference photo. Or reference photo. Let me change this quick. Reference photo was very saturated. So what is going to be happening soon is I'm going to be doing a big painting. Let me answer this question first before I get on this mindset of what I'm talking about. Raging Gymnast says, when is the next painting going to be up on YouTube? I'm actually handing that off to Dan to do. And he's going to be doing the time lapses of the VODs. So if you've missed VODs, the VODs are on the VOD channel and Radio Dread has the link for you there. But Dan is going to be doing time lapses for me. And I did not give him a deadline on that, so. When it happens, it will happen. So, anyway, back to this. I'm going to be doing a big painting, and it's going to be very large. I know big canvas was big canvas, but this will be bigger than that. I'm going to be doing a very particular piece, and I'm going to be doing it 30 by 40 inches, so it will be large. And I'm going to start that piece from scratch, and I mean that in a way like I'm building that canvas. I don't just have that canvas. I'm going to be making that canvas. So, all of that stuff's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Friday or if I'm going to do it next week. But I'm going to build the canvas with the stretcher bars, stretch the raw canvas that looks like this, the brown, and then gesso that canvas, and then start painting. So, that is a very particular special piece. And all will make sense at some point, but I'm going to be doing that. So I had to order stretcher bars and canvas. And I don't have a staple gun, which I feel like I should have bought years ago and I never did. So, I gotta do that. But it's also one of the things that's arriving on tomorrow. Haley says, I have one. I figured you probably did, but I figured I should have one. So it's arriving with all my stuff tomorrow. And I also needed to get canvas pliers to stretch the canvas. In college, we did not have those when we did our canvases in college. They were like, we used to keep them for students to use, but they disappeared, so now we don't. So use your hands and just pull. Anyway, I bought one. Haley says, if you want to borrow one in the meantime. If I had everything else, I would, but I don't have anything else yet. I only have some gesso and not all the gesso. The other thing I did on Sunday is Brandon helped me gesso wood panels. So we gessoed 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wood panels. Because big canvas is going to take a while, and I figure I'm going to need a break from big canvas at some point. What if it disappears from your house? I know where to find one. Haley has one. So I'm sure I'm going to need a break from big canvas at some point and doing like something slightly more abstract and fun. So at some point I'm probably going to be doing paint pours in the next few weeks. I should probably take inventory of my high flow acrylic before I do that. If not, we may just be like, oops, no pink paint. So my plan for today was to do a study for the sky of big canvas. Basically a mini version of only the sky, and see how I feel about that. And if it's too much, then it's too much for big painting. But it would be fun just to try it, I think, which is what I want to do. Do I know a third Tom Thomas that can invade my house? I actually have 3 Uncle Toms. So there's that. But they are not the type to just show up at my house. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting a night sky aurora, and my plan is to keep the aurora a little less intense, but knowing myself, that is difficult, so we're gonna try. And my thought is, if I don't like how it looks on this, I mean, I'm sure it will turn out well and look really pretty. I just don't want it to be too intense on big painting. So if I find it too intense on this painting, I'm gonna have a pretty cute little painting here that's really intense and beautiful, but I can cut out the aurora from the big piece if I think it's too much on this little one. So I can easily just kind of be like, no, don't put the aurora in the big one. So that's my plan there. I have hiccups. So I'm just drawing in where I want the lines of the aurora to go. Wait, which one of these is this? Oh, whoops. So I know that doesn't make a ton of sense, but once I start painting it, it will. So my plan is to start with the lightest colors and then start to fade them out and then bring in the dark sky for the dark areas. And then work from there. Now I haven't sketched out exactly what big painting is going to look like yet, which should probably be something I do in the next week. That would be best art practices to do. So it's probably something I'll work on maybe Wednesday afternoon. So I at least have that plan down. And it's going to be an end of an era. I'll finish up the sketchbook, because the sketchbook is just about to its last pages. And I have another one because I knew this was happening. But it's kind of wild to be here. It's weird to start a new sketchbook always, and I find it's also weird to finish a sketchbook. Because I'm down to, what? One page, yep. This will be the last thing I sketch, and actually I'm probably going to end up using this as my tester for paper, and then I'll have to start the new one and the new one. The big canvas will be the first one in there. Okay, so we're starting with a light yellow-green for this. And then we will work our way into other greens and blues, and then at some point I'll get into like the reds and pink colors. And this is way too green right off the bat. I want it to be more yellow to start. So we're just going to take a little bit of that. And then a ton more yellow. That is much better. I suppose I could swatch both of these. So those are the two greens I mixed. And I'm going to add some white to the lighter one and start with that. Probably shouldn't have used all of that, but that's fine. So then that's it with white. Wait, no, paper towel. Okay, now I need a suitable brush. An oval wash, let's try this. I'm gonna do this a bit looser, just to see how I feel about it. Circle Now Squared says, "Rip my blood, mosquitoes just got me." Ah, I've been getting up later into the garden in the day, and I've just gotten really bit up from them out there. Oval wash is not a good brush for acrylic. What I need to start doing is making a pile of reject brushes that I don't like for acrylic. This feels more like a watercolor brush. And it's fine for watercolor, but it is not doing what I want for acrylic. So we'll just wash it out and find something new. Let's try this guy. There we go, that's a bit sharper of a line. So my plan is to just kind of start filling it in with this lighter color here. And I already know this is brighter than I need it to be and want it to be, but that's why we're doing a little study. Because this is going to dictate how the rest of the piece looks. But like I said, if this ends up being just a pretty Aurora sky for a little study, that's totally fine. Reed says, what's this one going to be? This is going to be a Aurora Borealis. We have a 14-month resub from Valix Butterfly. Thank you. Appreciate that. So there's our base of it. You can kind of see the motion in the lines of it and how it's going to look. And so now we're going to go into our light green and kind of do the same thing. We're just going to keep building these layers. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to go back into some lighter colors on top of the yellowy color, but that's fine. And I'm just following those same lines I did and bringing in this green. All right, now this one is a bit softer because some of these end up sharper and some of them don't. I'm excited to see how this turns out because it's all these layers and they're just kind of wild. So I'm happy with it so far. I think we need to go into a darker green. And start to bring in some blues and pinks. And I will have to go back into the lighter colors and do light. I might do that first so it can start to dry because I have the slow dry white out. The titanium white that takes forever. So I may just start to introduce that in a few areas. And that's not blending in like I hoped it would. Okay. Whoops. That's fine. Cool. We have a 7-month resub from Twitchy Toes. Thank you. Welcome to this stream today. I'm not gonna lie, one of the reasons I want to do big painting next is because I want to use up some of these older paints I have. All right, time to mix up more green. Did I put enough yellow out? No. So I'm aiming for a bluer green than this. Or maybe even that, because I could just use a darker one instead of just a bluer one. It's pretty close. I'll take that and just a little titanium white and make it not as light as the other one. And we'll work with that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Next green. I think I need paper towel because the paper towel I have out is super wet and I have way too much water in this brush. And we don't like water in our acrylic paints. So now I'm taking this green and trying to bring it in to this. So I'm happy with how it's looking. It will be a little bit of back and forth until I get it exactly how I want it to be. But that's kind of to be expected, honestly. Let's grab the side of this. Is this a Northern Lights thing? Yeah, this is a Northern Lights thing. I'm doing a study for a larger canvas. So I'm considering exactly how I want to have the sky in the larger canvas. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want to do yet. I was suspecting that I wouldn't like how intense the Aurora will be. It'll be too saturated, and it's going to be pretty, I think, when I'm done. It's just not what I want on the big canvas that I'm going to do. So I'm doing it here to make sure. To be the judge of that. And I'm sure I will like this. It's just not exactly the vision I have for the big piece. Alright, so that looks good. Now we need to go into a bit more blue. We'll also have to go into pinks and purples. So I'm mixing a teal first, and then we'll do blue and then pink, or purple pink. We'll go kind of through the rainbow. I'm running out of room on this because I've just really been haphazardly mixing these colors. Ooh, that is not blue enough at all. Okay, well, let's add more teal. And more blue. So I think this is too harsh of a transition between these two colors, which is fine. It's just, I need to fix it. But that's where I was saying I'm probably gonna have to go back and forth quite a bit on some of this. And I think maybe adding a little bit of white might be helpful here. Just getting the bottom of the canvas so it starts to wrap down there, so I don't have to try and mix this later. All right, so that part, now we're gonna move on to the left side of the Aurora here. Okay, there's still more blue to work on for the blue. But I would love to have a nice base layer of everything on this today. And let it dry, and then I can like start to do more layers on top to really bring some definition to it. So one base layer is the goal. Cyan. And I think cyan by itself for this is too much. Maybe. I might just bring a touch of teal to it. Yeah, that was the right call. Starting to get there. Bringing in all of the colors is a lot. It is nice colors. It's very pretty. Right now, I'm like, oh shoot, when I start to bring in like the dark part of the sky, I'm gonna ruin all of it, aren't I? You get nervous even when you've painted before. And I just realized I forgot to wrap the left side of the canvas. Over here, this guy. All right, time to bring in some pink. And then we'll mix up the dark sky color and then fill that in. And if we don't like it a whole lot, that's fine, because I need to do layers on the lighter actual Aurora itself. So, time to make our pink colors. There's not really purple on the one I'm looking at, by the way. We have an 11-month resub from Hero Chaos Chow, thank you, who says, almost a year, what are we making today? I'm doing a little painting to test out how I feel about doing an Aurora in a sky. I'm doing a big canvas soon, and I want a night sky in it, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to do the night sky. So I'm doing a little study and making a little pretty Aurora on this canvas to see how I feel about it. Like I've been saying, my assumption is it's going to be too intense. Is brown just a red? I mean, brown can be a red. I think it is mostly a dark orange, though. And I'm kind of feeling like this is turning like a mauve and not the red I want. It's because I'm not using CMYK. Like, this is a pretty color, it's just not doing what I want it to. So I'm kind of thinking of using it in moderation to kind of be a good mix between something and then doing another one. So this is my color. What are my options? I have a little bit of quinacridone magenta, and that is much closer to what I want. So I mix that in with a little bit of this. That's better. That's what I want to happen. So all of you come over here, and we'll throw some titanium white on this. Lyrics. I'm really glad I have this quinac. It's way better. Like, this is really getting the exact color I want. Okay. I'm just trying to really blend in the titanium white to make it light so there's not streaks of color through it. New color. Perfect. Much better. Very happy with that. Did I mix? What did I mix for that? It is quinacridone magenta and titanium white. And then I want to put a little bit of this over here. Okay. So that's like the Aurora part. Now I have to do like the not Aurora part. And then probably back into the Aurora to like touch it up. Hi Barney Burner. I wanted to attend one of these streams today. Work finally will let me. Well, welcome in. We are doing a little study on A Night Sky. Yeah, I have to do the dark sky part. So I'm probably going to start with like a deep purple and a deep blue, because it will look very dark against everything else. And I can always bring some black into that if I want, or desaturate it and bring that in. But like I said, I want to give a good base layer to everything so I can get a good judge of how I feel about it all. And then, I don't know, go from there. Now the question is, do I want to use carbon black or Mars black? Where's my carbon? Number. There it is. My guess is I probably want to use Mars. I find carbon black to be darker, which is great on like night skies, but it is more opaque than Mars. Is that cherry coke? It is a spiced, which tastes mostly like raspberry. Please close. What is going on with this tube of paint? There we go. I also have paint all over my hands. Love that. Okay. How do I want to do this? I think what I want to do is I want to take this black and start to bring that in out here. And my plan is dry brush this in towards the Aurora, and then do like blue and quinacridone and purple on top. That is my thought. This just needs to go away. I also think I need some water conditioner. I think that would really help. Because one of the things I keep running into doing this right now is I'm getting the canvas marks, and I don't want those. I need those to not happen. So this is really intense because it's dark. Okay, making progress. Like I said, my goal was a good base layer, and we're getting just about there. Let's throw a little bit of glazing liquid into this blue. So my plan is from here. There's too much black that is wet right there, so whoops. Is to use the blue and the quinacridone to tone down the intensity of the Mars black and kind of fix the blending on the edges. And I'm not worried too much about like where I'm painting onto the lighter colors, because like I said, I'm trying to go back over that later. My goal right now is to just work on the dark stuff and fill that in. So that's making it look really nice, like in here, which is what I'm aiming for. That's kind of the part I'm focused on right now. It's really intense. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like, very, very intense. Gazer says, I agree with you. I can see why you had that fear. Yup. Aldo says, but what if more intense? We're getting the lines in. That's the important thing, like I said. Too atmospheric.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's intense. I didn't do the bottom of the canvas. That's fine. I'll do that next. Just get this brush nice and cleaned off. This is not finalized at all. This is a good base layer of colors. And I also, oh, I missed some in there. Shoot. Need smaller brush. There's just some raw canvas right here. Okay, I need to fill in this. And one side is almost dry enough to set it down on. I just rolled the paintbrush in all the wet paint. Dang it. Ah. As long as the bristles aren't full of paint. I don't care if the rest of it has paint all over it. That's just where my hands go. Okay, let's do this down here. Okay. So obviously this would need stars yet, right? So my thought is for Friday, we'll talk about that and then we'll talk about what's coming up. And then we will wrap up. So we're gonna talk about my plan on this. Once I have my brush nice and clean, I don't ruin it, and covered up all of my paint samples. Please open up. There we go. Fill us in on the plan. You guys get to hear about the plan. Oops, that was not enough plastic. Need more. Don't want to waste anything, and the colors are good. Okay, that is all the plastic covered. So, I'm gonna get some water on the towel I have so I can work on cleaning off my hands. Because, like, don't want to get that on the lighter part of the Aurora. And I got it on my nails. Oh good, it's coming off. I will wash with soap, This is just so I don't get paint on anything. Okay. You are not dry enough to set right side up, so you're gonna go sideways. So here's our Aurora. And like, I like the lines and I'm liking the colors. It's just, very tie-dye. Like, it's giving, hippie or like Spencer's Gifts in the 90s feel. So we're gonna need to put stars out here because definitely it's in sky. Lisa Frank, a little more intense because of how dark it gets. But like, it looks cool. So what my plan is to go back into the dark areas and work on those first. Let that dry, do stars, and I'm probably gonna splatter paint the stars like I do and get tiny ones, and maybe put a few bigger ones in intentionally. And then move back into the Aurora, like, cause we're gonna do the dark, and then blend it into this, and then work into the lighter colors and bring those up. That way, the stars are gonna be sandwiched in between the dark layer, stars, light layer, and the light layer is the Aurora itself. So you will see some stars through here, which is how it should be. Because the Aurora is in front of the stars if you're standing on the Earth. So you should be able to see like a little bit through. So that's why I'm gonna go that route. Kate Khalid says, I think I have all of these colors in nail polish. I might try some nail inspiration. I would love to see that. So that's my thought on how I'm going to proceed here. So this needs to dry because it's still quite wet, especially where I was doing the blue, like in the dark areas. And then that's how we're gonna proceed on Friday. Like I said, I'm doing a big canvas. It's 30 by 40 inches. For someone very special, for a very special thing. And this is my test for the sky. And I think this is too intense for what they want. So this has just been fun, I guess, to play around. And then I'll decide exactly how I want to do the sky for big canvas later. Now, Demigod says, it reminds me of tie-dye in the best way, right? Like, it's beautiful. It's just not what I'm going for. So I'm going to finish it. So I have this nice little finished piece, but it's not going to go on big canvas. I'll decide exactly how I want to do big canvas later. But big canvas arrives here tomorrow, I think. I think that's what tracking was saying. And I'm going to be building big canvas from scratch, which I've never done on a video or a stream, for that matter, I guess. I've only stretched canvases in college. I remember how. It's not difficult, but I thought it would be fun to do that as a stream where I build the canvas, stretch it, put in the keys. It has crossbars because it is 30 by 40. Think about like a 60-inch TV. That's like about how big this thing is. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna build it, and then I'm gonna gesso it because it's raw canvas. I don't have a raw canvas around, but it's like, this is raw canvas before it's gessoed. So like, I can't quite flip this well, but then we'll gesso it. There's some dried paint sitting on this. And then we'll start big painting at some point. Noah says, are you gonna have to stand to paint it? It's big. Yeah, I will. This shelf drops down, so I just undo these two and it drops down. So it's going to be a whole thing. I'm probably gonna build it in tabletop stream room and then paint it here. And I do have some ideas for like one-off streams in between big canvas because I know I'm gonna need to take breaks from big canvas to paint that much. Fossix asks if it's bigger than the other big painting. It is. That was, does anyone remember how big that was? 24 by 30. I still have the piece of paper. That was 24 by 30, so this is 30 by 40. So that's what that's going to be. It will be fun. I'm excited to try it. Almost twice the size. Yep. Bardic says, that canvas is 5 feet from me now. Yeah, think of two of those next to each other, Bardic. That's what I'm painting for this. Yeah. Is there a time lapse for previous paintings? I think Dan has the the footage from the VODs for the Sumi A painting, and he's going to time lapse that for me. So when that comes out, the plan is that time lapse comes out on my channel on YouTube, and then the eBay and probably Redbubble will go up at the same time. And that's when that's going to happen. And the VODs will be on the VOD channel. So like if you want to watch me talk or paint live, like the entirety of whatever I'm doing, that's on the VOD channel. But the plan is to put time lapses on my channel. So, at some point. I did take all of my Redbubble and eBay for the Sumi A and all of the Time of Day paintings, the triptych I did, that I've been working on for like the last 3 or 4 weeks. So those exist, I just haven't edited the footage yet. So what I need to do is I need to take that SD card and I need to put it on Steven's computer because I don't have an SD card reader, and put it on my computer and then edit. So I have some work to do this week. Other things that are coming up. Tomorrow Steven is streaming Metroid Fusion on his channel. Thursday will be breakfast stream on his channel. Friday I will redo the dark part until I'm happy with it and then put stars down at the very least because the stars need to dry really well before I do any more. And then Friday night will be more Zelda. We're going to continue to find more shrines. We have some more things. I did not roll beans. Thank you, Paint Chipper. Thanks to my Patreon supporters on patreon.com. If you're interested in that, including how to join Discord, you can check those links out. And I think that's it. So thanks everyone for tuning in and joining me on this Tuesday afternoon. I've been up since 5. Because I went for a very early bike ride, which was great because it was the best time of day to go because it's been really, really hot. So I think I'm going to go grab a snack and maybe have a nap because I think we have plans tonight as a group. Maybe. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here, and I will see you probably Thursday for breakfast stream.